There is a small brown bottle sitting in nearly every medicine cabinet in the world. Most people reach for it once or twice a year, usually for a scraped knee or a stubborn cut. But across gardens and greenhouses around the globe, a quiet revolution has been unfolding for decades. Experienced growers have discovered that this same $1 bottle can do something extraordinary for plants. It can kill pests, prevent disease, accelerate germination, and rescue dying roots. The liquid in question is hydrogen peroxide. And here's why it deserves a place beside every plant in the home. Hydrogen peroxide carries the chemical formula H2O2. The molecule is almost identical to water, with one critical difference: an extra atom of oxygen. When it touches soil, leaves, or roots, that bond breaks apart. What remains is plain water and a brief, powerful release of oxygen. There is no toxic residue, no synthetic chemistry, nothing that lingers in the ecosystem. The version sold at pharmacies is a 3% solution. That concentration is mild enough for human skin, which makes it safe for most plant applications when properly diluted. Higher industrial grades exist, but they will scorch tissue and should never reach a garden without expert handling. Number 1. Few pests frustrate indoor growers more than fungus gnats. The adults swarm around windows and lampshades, but the real damage happens underground. Their larvae burrow through moist soil, feeding on tender root hairs, and sometimes killing seedlings within days. A diluted solution of 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 4 parts water solves the problem on contact. When the mixture seeps into damp soil, it fizzes audibly, releasing oxygen and oxidizing the larvae and eggs hidden in the top layer. Repeat the treatment weekly until the population collapses. Most infestations clear within 2 or 3 rounds with no harm to the plant itself. Number 2. Overwatering kills more houseplants than any pest in the world. Saturated soil starves roots of oxygen, allowing anaerobic bacteria and fungi to colonize the root zone. The result is the dark, mushy decay known as root rot. Hydrogen peroxide reverses the process by flooding the soil with the one element those pathogens cannot tolerate. Affected plants are removed from the pot, the rotted roots trimmed away, and the remaining roots rinsed in equal parts peroxide and water before being repotted in fresh soil. As a preventative measure, 1 tablespoon stirred into a cup of water every 2 weeks keeps the root zone healthy. Number 3. Peer-reviewed research has shown that hydrogen peroxide soaks can dramatically improve germination rates, particularly for seeds with hard outer coats. The peroxide softens the seed shell, allowing moisture to penetrate, and simultaneously sterilizes any pathogens clinging to the surface. A common protocol uses 1 ounce of 3% peroxide per pint of water, with seed soaked for 15 to 30 minutes before planting. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and many legumes respond especially well. The treatment shaves days off sprouting time and produces more uniform stands. Number 4. Powdery mildew arrives as a soft, ash-colored film on leaves and stems. The fungus blocks photosynthesis and weakens the entire plant if left unchecked. Mix 4 tablespoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide into 4 cups of water and use it as a foliar spray to destroy the fungal cells through oxidation. Coverage of both leaf surfaces is essential. Apply in the early morning or late evening to prevent leaf burn from concentrated sunlight, and repeat the treatment daily until the white bloom has vanished from the canopy. Number 5. Healthy roots require steady access to oxygen. Compacted potting mixes and waterlogged beds suffocate the root zone, slowing nutrient uptake and stunting growth. A weekly drench of 1 teaspoon of peroxide per cup of water reaerates the soil from the inside, mimicking the effect of a hard rain on tilled earth. Within a few cycles, foliage darkens, stems thicken, and the entire plant moves into a more vigorous phase of growth. Number 6. Spider mites and aphids reproduce at astonishing speeds, draining sap from young growth and transmitting plant viruses across an entire collection. A foliar spray of 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per cup of water disrupts their soft bodies on contact. The undersides of leaves receive the most attention, since that is where eggs and colonies tend to cluster. Weekly applications usually break the breeding cycle within a month, and beneficial insects like ladybugs are not affected once the spray has dried. Number 7. Pruning shears, scissors, and trowels carry pathogens from one plant to the next. A single cut on an infected leaf can spread bacterial blight, fungal cankers, or viruses through an entire greenhouse. Wiping or spraying tools with undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide between uses sterilizes the blade without leaving the corrosive residue that bleach can produce. Professional propagators consider this step non-negotiable during disease season. Number 8. Damping off is a sudden, often catastrophic collapse of newly sprouted seedlings. The cause is a soil-borne fungus that attacks the slender stem at the soil line, toppling young plants overnight. Studies have demonstrated that a light watering with 1 teaspoon of peroxide per cup of water during the first week after sowing significantly reduces the incidence of damping off. The mild oxidative environment is hostile to the fungal pathogen, but harmless to delicate cotyledons. Number 9. Reused containers carry the ghosts of previous tenants. Lingering fungal spores, pest eggs, and residual mineral salts all pose a threat to fresh plantings. Soaking pots for 20 to 30 minutes in equal parts hydrogen peroxide and water, followed by a thorough rinse, eliminates these threats without the harsh aftermath of bleach. The practice is standard among nurseries and remains one of the cheapest insurance policies a home gardener can adopt. Number 10. Municipal tap water is chlorinated to protect human health, but those same compounds suppress the beneficial microbes that drive healthy soil. A small splash of hydrogen peroxide added to a watering can reacts with the chlorine and neutralizes it within minutes. The result is water that is closer to rainfall in chemistry, supporting the bacteria, fungi, and protozoa that recycle nutrients in the root zone. Sensitive species like ferns, peace lilies, and orchids respond particularly well to this small adjustment. A few cautions are worth noting. Only the standard 3% concentration belongs anywhere near plants. Higher grades will burn foliage and roots without significant dilution. A small test spray on a single leaf, observed for 48 hours, is wise before treating an entire collection, particularly with thin-leaved species. And restraint matters. Excessive use will kill the same beneficial microbes the practice is meant to preserve. The recommended dilutions and frequencies exist for a reason. 1 inexpensive bottle, 10 distinct applications. Hydrogen peroxide remains one of the most underrated tools in modern horticulture, hidden in plain sight on the shelves of every drugstore. For more practical gardening insights drawn from chemistry rather than marketing, subscribe and stay rooted.